Do you want brown person or do you want presumably pretty white lady?
Capitalism or socialism?
I don't want to say.
Do you like going shopping?
I love going shopping.
Then you sound like you're a capitalist.
Think about it. Where are the most illegal immigrants coming from?
Mexico.
Mexico, Venezuela, all these places where capitalism isn't thriving as well or isn't allowed. Like, I'm a lesbian, right? I voted for Trump, by the way. So,
Really?
I did, yeah.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
Okay, I knew you did.
We're filming a YouTube video. Who do you think is worse for New York City?
I don't want to say.
Why not?
You can say, yeah.
It's just your opinion.
Let's see. Who do you think? Oh, the dog already knows. So.
I'm sorry.
You know who this is?
Careful, Mario.
Is that the guy that was talking shit the other day?
Wait, Zohran Mamdani or unidentified white MAGA lady? Is that the choice? I'm confused.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
I don't know. I don't like giving my opinion.
No, you should.
Why not?
You're from New York, I could tell.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, this is the state of New York. If this guy gets in, would that be worse than somebody like her being here?
No. I'd rather choose him than her.
Oh, yeah, you like...
Why is that?
You like Mamdani?
I do and I don't.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, we had to think about ourselves and what's better for us, lower and middle class.
Okay, so what's better for the lower and middle class?
Him.
How come?
He's us.
Really? He grew up wealthy.
Yeah, his
But-
dad teaches at Columbia University.
But still, he's more us than anybody representing Trump is.
What's your favorite policy of his?
I don't know all his policies.
I can name off a few. So one is defunding the police. Do you think that would be good for keeping people safe in the city?
Okay, so he made some comments back in 2020, apparently. But is that his current policy to defund the police? Doesn't really seem like it. In fact, it seems like he's getting support from a NYPD veteran, Rodney Harrison, who served as chief of department, the department's highest-ranking uniformed officer, before his retirement in 2021, has recently met with Mamdani and endorsed his campaign. Mamdani's campaign says he's holding meetings to understand how to implement proposals outlined in his public safety agenda, which seek to overhaul the way in which New York City deals with its most vulnerable residents. So, I mean, it doesn't really sound like he's defunding the police. Maybe he's just rethinking how to address, societal problems such as homelessness and mental health issues. Mamdani wants to centralize and expand the part of the system that already exists by tripling the size of the city's mobile crisis team program, enabling 24-hour, 7-day-a-week service, raising their salaries, and creating a separate mobile crisis system similar to 911, where New Yorkers would call to request help. So, doesn't really sound like he wants to defund the police. He wants to fund other aspects of the government that would assist in, things like mental health crisis and, homelessness, that kind of thing. So it's dishonest to say he wants to defund the police.
The police is also another big issue. So,
Do you think we need less police or more police?
I mean, they're taking in a lot of kids right now, and it's kind of scary how young they're taking these kids in. Like, I got in an accident last week, and there was this little boy already 18 years old and being a cop. I'm like, what are you gonna do?
Oh, you mean the cops are that they're okay? I see what you're saying. The cops are taking in young kids.
18-year-olds,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you gonna do?
Well, that's probably because the police were defunded and they're
Yeah.
desperate for people. That's not a good
desperate.
thing, right? We need more funding for the police, right?
She's just making shit up. This bad thing happened, so therefore that must be because the police were defunded. I'm sorry, the NYPD was defunded? Was the NYPD defunded? The NYPD's budget is a large multi-billion-dollar figure that includes operating costs, central expenses, blah, blah, blah. For fiscal year 2024, the budget was $10.8 billion, but is projected to be $11.9 billion. So it actually went up. I don't understand numbers too well and what they mean, but I don't think when number go up, that means defund.
Right?
Yeah, but
Like he wants to basically have a community affairs program. So if you get hate
Sure.
crimes, like I'm a lesbian, right? I voted for Trump, by the way. So
Really?
I did, yeah.
Why?
Yeah, because
Yeah, why?
You shouldn't be proud of that.
we had log cabin Republican pride in the Trump Tower, and Trump knows about it, and he lets us have the event every year there.
For somebody that hates gays, why would he have a gay pride event in his own
But
building?
He has a pride event in his building. He's
Because at the end of the day, he still wants your support. Like, he's trying to get you to support him, but at the end of the day, I feel like he still hates you guys.
I mean, I'm friends with Laura Trump, and you know, like she doesn't say nobody hates us or anything.
And Mamdani is a Muslim.
He's a Muslim, and
They don't
Muslims
like gay people.
Yeah, they don't like it.
Muslims don't
That's
like
what I'm
women or
saying,
gay
like-
people.
like, it's-
Wow, way to stereotype Muslims. I'm sorry, can you point to me a quote or something Mamdani wrote where he expressed hatred towards gay people? Not only that, but that it's a function of his religion? Like, how dishonest are these people? They are such grifters, dude. They're just making shit up. Oh, he's a Muslim, so he must hate gay people, right? There's no Muslim out there that supports gay people. Not a single one.
It's a really difficult
Yeah.
choice to pick.
He recently talked about wanting to abolish private property, meaning that we wouldn't be able to buy our own property and own our own homes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Is that kind of scary to you that he wants just like the government to have control of our property?
I mean, looking at his platforms, it doesn't seem like he is advocating for the abolition of private property wholesale. I mean, not even like when it comes to housing, which is what that there's a video of him talking about abolishing private property, but he's specifically talking about housing because he's saying that the capitalist system where housing is commodified ends up putting a lot of people out of reach of home ownership, and also it jacks up rents, and so government housing would be preferable to that. But on his website, when it comes to housing or anything else, I didn't see anything about abolishing private property. That's just bullshit. It says here, as mayor, Zohran will put our public dollars to work and triple the city's production of permanently affordable, union-built, rent-stabilized homes. Any 100% affordable development gets fast-tracked. Pretty sure that private companies are going to be building those, but whatever. But, we're acting as though that this is some, radical communist, Stalinist, policy. There are plenty of countries in Europe that have government housing, affordable housing that they've had for, decades, so, 100 plus years, because they recognize that, stable, affordable housing is essential to a stable society, where you don't have homeless people everywhere. It's better for society if people have housing, right? Their lives are more stable. It's easier to find a job, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. It's easier to raise a family. You can raise a family if you have stable housing. This is a good thing for society. Like the fact that we commodify housing, we turn it into an asset used to make money is dumb. It's dumb as fuck. Now I'm not saying that like nobody can own their house, but the fact that we treat it as a financial instrument, like a fucking stock, is dumb. It's dumb. Housing should be for living, not for trading.
Do you believe in socialism? Do you think it's good for different countries?
I don't know. I don't like
Gonna put it right
picking
here?
a side.
Okay. Well, what do you think works better in America? Capitalism or socialism?
I don't want to say.
Do you like going shopping?
I love going shopping.
And you sound like you're a capitalist. Do you think that
Capitalism means buy stuff. Capitalism means you have sandwich, I have $5. We trade those things. Boom, capitalism. Oh my God. So stupid.
Nothing is perfect. That's why. That's how I'm like saying my opinion and stuff. Cause like.
But your opinion's your opinion, and we're gonna
Yeah, but
learn from it, you know?
Yeah, and what I mean, if we look at countries who have adapted to socialism, like Venezuela, Cuba.
Adapted to socialism? What does that mean?
Those aren't exactly places I want to live, right?
Exactly.
Because a small group of people decides what's best for you instead of you deciding what's best for you.
But that's literally capitalism. A small number of people at the top who own all of the property, who own all of the businesses, all of the assets, they determine, when you work, how you work, and they extract the surplus from your labor, and they get to decide what to do with it. You are describing capitalism. And yes, you can, Cuba, Venezuela, while completely ignoring the history of these countries and their relationship with the United States, with the U.S. constantly intervening in these countries, trying to stage coups in Venezuela when Chavez was in power, trying to assassinate Castro like 50 million times, imposing an embargo on both Cuba and Venezuela. Like, these things are, obviously detrimental to their economies and, their communist policies, socialist policies, whatever you want to call it, cannot be looked at in a vacuum. They have, a broader context in which the United States is a constant aggressor. You cannot ignore that. When you look at the countries that haven't been on the receiving end of U.S. aggression, like Norway, like Sweden, like Denmark, like Finland, right? These countries are, you can, argue about whether or not they're fully socialist or not. They are more socialist than the United States. They're more socialist than Venezuela. And they have some of the best health outcomes, education outcomes, general happiness outcomes, and on and on and on, okay? So, you got to do a little bit more research. You got to do a little bit more reading. I know that, you are a slop conservative YouTube channel, and, a lot of your followers are just going to believe everything you say, like totally uncritically. But, if you want to be taken seriously, just do a little bit of homework. Just do a little bit of reading.
For you, and that's what he wants. Is he wants to decide what's best for New York instead of New Yorkers deciding what's best for themselves.
But it's literally New Yorkers voting for him because they're deciding for themselves. They like his policies more than Cuomo's, right? Like, come on.
Mamdani wants to do government-controlled grocery stores, free buses. What do you think that's going to do to all
That sounds great.
these little small businesses, these mom and pop shops?
What are free buses going to do for all these small businesses? Oh, yeah. Allow people to go to them because they have access to more transportation, free transportation. What is going on in her brain? Now, I know she's probably referring to, like, bodegas and, these like little grocery stores or whatever. He's literally talking about one store in each borough, right? In places where there isn't much access to food, to healthy food. So really nothing bad's going to happen to those stores.
These places won't be able to sustain themselves. People are just going to go to the free shit. Even though it's not free, people are paying for it, even though you don't want.
This tire shop is going to close down because of free bus fare and city-run grocery stores. Like, I can't. I don't understand.
I want to believe that. Not you, but
How does anyone take this lady seriously? Both of them. They're both morons.
and it's going to be a big issue. Where did they try that? They tried this in Kansas City recently.
New York City socialist Zohran Mamdani's idea of government-run grocery stores is not new. In Kansas City, a supermarket subsidized with millions of taxpayer dollars is on the verge of closing. Kelly Sabreri is at the store. She's in Kansas City for us.
Yeah, so the reason that this Kansas City grocery store closed was not because it was government run. People actually loved that store, the people who did go. And the reason that people stopped shopping there, which is why it failed, is because of crime. So it had nothing to do with the fact that it was subsidized by the government.
People were vandalizing it because
People were stealing things because there weren't enough people coming in there taking care of it. Because why should they care for it if it's government funded? The government's taking care of it. It's not like it's a couple that immigrated here and.
Wait, but you could use that logic for any government building, any government entity, right? Like a library. Like, should we not have libraries because they're government funded? I mean, my library is, pristine. And they all still take care of it, even though it's government run. Like, oh, they're so brain dead.
Work really hard for their business because they care about it. The government doesn't care.
when was the last time you went to the DMV?
Oy.
Oh, the DMV argument. The DMV argument. So clever. Have you been to a public library before?
Most government-funded shit is terrible, right? Because they don't care. They truly don't care about the common.
If these women ever have kids, they're probably going to take them to the public library at some point, and they're going to be massive hypocrites if they do that. You're not allowed to go to the library because it's government funded.
Person, no, they don't. Have we changed your mind at all? We're just curious. Have we changed your mind at all about this?
A little bit, yeah.
In your mind to just kind of look, if you plan on voting, I don't think there's really a perfect choice all around. I mean, there never is. I wouldn't even say there's like a great choice, but I think Mamdani is definitely the biggest threat that New York City could face right now. And we think it's bad now. It's going to be unrecognizable, and it will turn into a mini Venezuela, a mini Cuba.
Think about it. Where are the most?
New York is already like the most unaffordable city on the planet, okay? And I'm probably exaggerating. Maybe there's a couple more out there. But it's already a hellhole for working class people. The rich are doing fine there, and the rich can pay more in taxes. Oh my God.
Think about it. Where are the most illegal immigrants coming from? Mexico, Venezuela, all these places where capitalism isn't thriving as well or isn't allowed.
They're trying to escape that. Why do you think they're trying to escape it if it works so well? Why would they leave?
Yeah.
Why would Cuban immigrants come here? Why would people from Venezuela be trying to escape? North Koreans. These people do everything they can. They leave their homes in the middle of the night. Sometimes they have to leave their families, their children, because it's so bad. It's unlivable.
I was speaking to a lady this morning in the laundromat that she came from Venezuela. She was like, oh, if you have any clothes to donate, because she's going to send a box this month, because people in her neighborhood, she said that they're dying. They don't even have beds to sleep in. She was like, anything that you have to donate, I'll take. And I just...
The government controls the means of production, right?
Which is not socialism, by the way. Socialism was when the workers controlled the means of production democratically.
So
if we had a
bad.
government-run like Bed Bath and Beyond, well, there's only so many beds. They're not getting a normal shipment. I mean, imagine going to the store and not being able to get milk, not being able to get eggs. I mean, we already saw a little bit of that. What that looks like during COVID, the toilet paper, and those are the first things to run out is like meat, dairy,
Necessary stuff,
necessary.
And that happened because of supply chain issues, not because of what they're talking about.
But we're glad we were able to change your mind at least a little bit. Or at least a little bit.
I feel like they just kind of accosted this lady and she was just trapped. She's like, fuck, I just have to talk to these people and maybe they'll leave me alone. Oh, no, they're still talking to me. Oh, God, I guess I'll talk to them for like 5 minutes or whatever. I feel kind of bad for her. But yeah, I mean, these two MAGA ladies are just completely brain dead. They have zero knowledge of just absolute basic history of U.S. imperialism in this hemisphere. And it shows. I mean, they know basically nothing, and they mischaracterize Mamdani's policies, and are fear mongering that putting city-run grocery stores in food deserts is going to destroy the New York experiment, I guess, the New York economy, which is just absolutely absurd. But anyway, guys, that is enough for me. If you would like to donate, there are a couple of links in the description. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Baby.